Hello there, Gentani, and welcome to another episode of the Godfather Part 2 Minute. With me, Alex Robinson.
And with me, Andy Robinson.
And we're talking today about minute number 71 of the Godfather Part 2.
71 cannoli left in the car. Alex, repeat after me.
Uh-huh.
E minuto. Numero. 71.
Oh boy, 71.
You got it. You got it.
Minuto numero 71. I like that one, actually.
Wasn't too bad. You're finally getting it.
In minute number 71, Fredo gets a call from Johnny Ola, who asks the sleepy Sicilian for information about the upcoming sit-down between the flustered Frankie Five and the rascally Rosados. Fredo denies until he hangs up. Later, Frankie arrives outside the tavern for the meetup. And that's what's going on.
That's it.
That's what's happening.
Alex, I don't think you get enough credit for your summaries.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you clearly put a bit of care into them. I just want to point it out. You use alliteration quite a bit.
I do.
And you use some snappy witticisms.
Well, thank you. Someone appreciates the hard work I do around here.
Have we already talked about how interesting it would be if you had... or not you, someone, typed all summaries out in a row, and someone who had never seen any of the movies just read those?
Like the cliff notes of the
I don't remember if we've done that, talked about that.
No, it's a funny idea, though. I should start keeping one, because usually I just toss my notes in the garbage. Yeah. But I should keep them so that at the end I can transcribe them all and put it into one. Yeah. And then I can market it. I can put it together in like a book. Yeah. The Godfather summarized.
That's right. With the font. Mm-hmm. Gotta have the font.
Well, we'll see if we can get a publisher to spring for it.
And the cover of it would be the marionette hand, the strings, and the strings going down to your crumpled up notes.
Oh.
Like he's controlling the notes.
Or I thought it was going to be the hand would be going down, and it would be controlling another hand, which would then have, because mine's like a kind of step anyway.
Because you're not the Godfather.
Because I'm not the God. I'm doing the story of the Godfather. Yeah. So
one more thing about that, it'd be funny if we typed up all your notes and then someone watched the movie with the sound off, but only with an overdub of you narrating it, you reading your
votes. Or like the audiobook. It's kind of like the audio.
But you'd have to space it out as the events were taking, but you couldn't say it all in the first 30 seconds or first 10 seconds of the minute.
Oh yeah, you're right. Or we could just slow it down or speed it up depending on the. Luca Brasi doing the narration.
So what do you got for this minute, Alex? It's a good one.
Well, I don't have a huge amount.
Really?
I mean, I have some ancillary material, but nothing like I have some information about the real guy who Johnny Ola is based on.
Oh, okay.
And some other stuff. But other than I don't really. So why don't you start us off?
Okay, let's talk about what happens in a minute. As you said, this is an important phone call.
It's a very important phone call.
So I found it interesting that when Fredo kind of starts to figure out who's on the phone and all that, or he seems to be more mad that he's getting a call this late at night, and not because it's an opposing
criminal
family trying to get him into more trouble. Yeah. He says, Jesus Christ, what time is it?
Yeah, his initial thing is much more about
he seems really mad.
The rudeness rather than the riskiness of it.
Well, maybe that is just another sign that a lack of respect. Like, you call me this late, you don't call other
you see when Fredo is sensitive to the lack of respect?
I think so.
Or does it illustrate basically how people don't in
a sense he's okay. Well, he's not okay, but the fact that they're reaching out to him makes him feel important.
Right.
But the fact that they're reaching out after midnight and waking him up, that's a a
Infamida.
disrespect. Infamida, yeah. But I thought that was so funny. It was almost like once he figured out after that it was Johnny Ola, then he's just like, hey, you guys got me in enough trouble. Don't call me
Well,
back.
first he's like Johnny, and he sounds like he. Yeah, I guess it takes him a second to kind of wake up enough to understand what's going on and stuff like that.
And he's already confused, even when he's awake and fully energized.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you imagine a groggy Fredo?
Yeah. Well, when he says, what time is it? Like, given Fredo's modus operandi, it could be 2:00 in the afternoon. It could be 2:00 in the morning. You know what I mean? Fredo doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
Someone who keeps like regular business hours.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, like.
Well, you're right, and a lot of those East West Coast flights get in really late, so he's used to picking people up at the airport really late. He's like a noon to 4 a.m. guy.
Yeah, so maybe he's like, Jesus, what time is it? It's like 11:30. What are you calling me so early?
Johnny, Jesus Christ, why are you calling me at 12? Your flight doesn't get in for another 4 hours.
There's a listing of everyone's flight numbers and then,
Do you think Mikey, when they relegated Fredo to being everyone's ride from the airport, that they then said, look, Fredo, look what we got to help you manage all this. They got him one of those airline displays that shows arrival flights and what terminal.
For his own home use.
Thanks, Mikey. That's real big
I
help.
like they got all the airlines on there. That's perfect. Back then there was only like 4, so there wasn't even that hard of a thing to do. So Johnny says, we need you to give us information about the upcoming meeting. Like, is Frankie coming by himself? Is he bringing his boys? Or what's the story?
Johnny asked him, he says, we need Frank Fantangelo said he's going to make Frank Fantangelo. I can't do a Johnny voice.
Always make money for us.
It's a little deeper, right? Oh, throaty, right?
Just do your Dracula voice.
Okay. Like this one? Frank Fantangelo said that he would. Frank Fantangelo said he would make the deal. Well, we just want to know, and this is what he said, quote, if he's on the level or if he's bringing his boys.
Yeah. So
on the level. You don't hear that much anymore. I like that one.
Yeah, on the level.
On the
level.
level.
Is it on the level?
Yeah, he's on the level.
On the level.
Yeah.
Not is it level? Is it on the level?
Is he,
I don't know what that means.
Is he on the level? Is he on the level?
Well, I know, but regardless of on the level, what is that? I'm gonna have to look up where that
the origin of that.
Yeah, put that in the we ask.
Okay, we'll ask
on the level.
Well, the level.
Yeah. So and so he wants to know if Frankie's bringing his boys.
Yeah. So I have a new segment for us, Alex.
Oh, nice.
It's called Splainin' to Do.
Splainin' to Do.
How'd you like that new little Splainin' to Do music?
I like it. I'm a little concerned about the ethnic ramifications of splainin' to do.
What do you mean?
Well, because isn't that what Ricky Ricardo used to say to Lucy? Like, oh, Lucy, you're gonna have some splaining to do.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought it was an older use of it. I didn't know it was particular of a Spanish accent person. Really?
Like I always associate that with Ricky Ricardo specifically.
I mean, even in Little Rascals, you got splaining to do.
Really?
I think so.
Anyway, we'll answer.
Okay.
Go ahead. I like the musical cue though.
Yeah. So last week you told me and all of our listeners.
Oh boy!
Well, that's why it's called Splaining to Do.
Someone's got that kind of an ambush show.
Someone's got
one of those gotcha podcasts.
Then, for the record, Alex pointed at me. Is that a genre of podcast? Gotcha podcast?
Well, I guess like we're gotcha news where they ambush someone outside the thing. Go, Senator, what happened to all that money you do? And they're like, what the? Gotcha.
Explaining to do.
All right, I'll stand by my. I'll stand by what I have to say. What I said last time.
And of course, the producers and creators of Splaining to Do then get busted. It gets bounced back to them for what you're saying is an ethnic origin. So last week, you claimed that prior to a week earlier, you had never heard the voice of Johnny Ola on the phone when watching the scene. You just heard Fredo speaking and silence on the
or
phone.
or at best like a
Okay.
like enough where you couldn't make out what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Alex, you got explained, and you said that as a result of that, you didn't know it was Johnny necessarily.
Well, while we were watching this minute, he does say Johnny, and he says,
Who says Johnny?
Fredo says Johnny.
Yeah.
So obviously from that clue, but it wasn't like I pieced that necessarily together with Johnny Ola. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think the first time I was watching it, I didn't piece together that guy's name was Johnny Ola. You know what I mean? You meet a lot of characters.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and so on.
yeah.
So, but anyway,
All right, I'll buy it. That was
Okay.
part one of explaining to do,
All right.
and like it seems. I guess in hindsight, we know it's Johnny Ola.
Yeah.
So when Fredo says, Johnny?
yeah,
Like, Johnny, is that you? Johnny Ola? Is that you?
Johnny Ola, Hyman Ross, the Sicilian messenger boy from the other scene with the oranges. Then I would have pieced it together. I'm sure.
Johnny Superman Ola? The one who knows all these joints like the back of his hand? So I'll buy it. I'll
Okay,
buy it. So
okay.
you're doing a good job. You're halfway there.
All right.
So the other part of explaining to do is, so there's a lot of time that Johnny is talking, and wouldn't that have been weird if you didn't hear his voice? In other words, you busted, Alex. You're listening to the minute,
Okay.
and you hear Fredo saying, "Hello, Johnny? Jesus Christ, what time is it? Oh God,
Right.
hey, you guys are gonna get me in trouble again." It seems like a lot of space, as far as the film goes, to not have like that dialogue filled. So it just makes me wonder: was it? It makes me question whether it was truly not filled, or are you misremembering your perception of what you heard on the phone?
Well, I can't tell if I'm misremembering. There's no way I can't check it objectively against my original memories. So that line of questioning is not. I mean, it's entirely possible. Of course, I'm a human. We all misremember things.
Okay, yeah.
But to me, it's first of all, there is music also, tension.
You're right.
There's tension building music,
you're right.
and not hearing it makes the audience more like what's like
You're
they're on the edge of
right.
their seat. I
Yeah.
agree. It does seem long, but the movie, it does have a lot of long, scenes that give room to breathe. I mean,
Yeah, and maybe this is one of those parts that Paramount wanted to cut down in the original edit. It was all just going to be, what time is it? You guys got me in trouble. Wrong number.
so yeah, we should re-edit it to just be we should re-edit so it's just the essential information.
Oh my
and
gosh. Has anyone done that yet?
I don't know.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
With no,
It's
it's been highly edited.
it's like the cliff notes, like the extra cliff notes for just strictly plot points.
Just plot points. Well, and iconic lines.
I think only if it advances the plot.
But no, not even any narration
No.
from us. It's truly just
The challenge is basically make the movie as short as you can and still make sense. It can't be, I don't know, you still have to include any information that like tells you who characters are and stuff, but everything doesn't move the plot. Gets
I wish I was more video editing savvy. That would be super fun.
Probably once a week over on Star Wars Minute, Pete and I come up with a cool idea for a video edit or something. We're like, one of our listeners should do this. So one of our listeners should edit The Godfather down to its basic.
Yeah.
How short do you think you could get it?
Oh, that's a great. It's like name that tune. I can get it down. I can get it down to 17 minutes.
What? No way. Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
I think even if you strung, even just including all the dialogue altogether.
Okay, hold on. Wait,
17
let me
minutes.
start. Yeah. I'm gonna say because it's about just over 2 hours, right? The movie,
Godfather,
the regular movie.
1?
No, 2. We're talking about.
Oh, Godfather 2 is like 3 hours.
It's 3 hours. Okay, I can get it down to 2.5 hours.
Oh, only half an hour.
What can you get it down to?
Opposite extreme with that. We went from 17 minutes.
It's like the game. Now you got to say, what are you going to get it down to?
I think I could get it down to a tight 90 minutes.
Okay, re-edit that
All
video.
right, let's
Yeah. See, that was some Prices Right mind games. I went really high for you to go just so you'd have to. No, but seriously, a 90, I can get way lower than that. I can get it down to, we're talking quick. really quick, just
Yeah.
plot points.
I remember
You don't have to have much dialogue.
I remember
too.
years ago a TV station experimented with editing, like the day after the baseball game. They did an edited version where they just showed you like pitch, hit the thing. They showed you complete play, but they cut out any like all the foul balls, all the standing arounds, they're bringing in a new pitcher, and it was controversial. I clearly didn't catch on.
25 minutes.
25 minutes.
I'm gonna say.
All right.
Not for the movie, for a baseball game.
Oh, for a baseball game. I don't know. That I could see.
Counting strikeouts, like the third.
Yeah,
it's not, you're not seeing every pitch.
You see every pitch that is not a foul ball, basically.
That's either a hit or a walk or a strikeout.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say about 25 minutes.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because literally each pitch
Probably
would be
even
1
less.
second long, would be less than a second long.
You have to see you have to see 27 outs, roughly. Oh, wow. That's interesting. They do have replays where they just, if a pitcher has a really good game striking out a lot of batters, they'll cut together all the consecutive strikeouts, the third strikes. Yeah. All right. Well, you're doing great on explaining it to do.
Okay, good.
I think there's one more part to this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but you passed two so far.
I demand an apology from this committee.
No, actually, no. That was it. I only had two. I had something else about the phone call. But congratulations, you passed your first explaining to do test.
Again, I demand an apology. This committee owes me an apology.
No, it's our right to charge you. And that first one was a little. I can't really justify my memory.
So
that was like a mobster. It's like Vinny the Chin one. You're wearing a robe, pretending to be crazy.
I always recorded in a robe, though. That's no different. Can I ask you a question? Was it when you were listening back that you were like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense? Or were you thinking this the whole time and just didn't want to bring it up on the air?
When I was reviewing today's minute.
Oh, you were like, there's a lot
I was
of
like,
long
Alex
gaps
said
there.
he didn't hear Johnny's voice. And it just seemed, then Fredo says, Johnny, is that you?
Yeah.
And I remember you having said it was a mystery who it was. I'm like, wait a minute, Fredo says Johnny. But you're right. Maybe there are all kinds of characters you meet. And at this point, it doesn't really, there's no suggestion that Fredo is the traitor.
Yeah, that's
except
true.
that the very previous scene, Michael says, "I'll find out who the traitor in my family is." Maybe that's it.
Yeah, well, when you watch it again, obviously there's certain clues that you might miss on the first go around.
What else you got?
Well,
to finish up the phone call, you have anything else?
Yeah. The note I had with the phone call was that I think it's funny that Fredo's just suddenly like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he just to get off the call. I think it's funny that he suddenly is like, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's backpedaling.
He's almost like someone could be listening to this and hear me talking to this. So now suddenly he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Even though clearly I knew Johnny, clearly Johnny Ola is like saying, we need more information about killing my friend. He's not at all concerned about anyone listening. And
it's almost like Johnny wants to archive us. Says, hey, this is Johnny Ola. I'm in Roth's messenger boy. This is Fredo Corleone.
He's reading it into the record.
Yeah.
So that if, well, it's funny that you bring that up because one of the questions I had was, what was Roth's long-term plan with Fredo? Obviously, once Mikey finds out, Fredo is useless as a tool because Mikey's not going to be getting.
He's out. That's his punishment.
Yeah, he's not going to be getting any information.
Yeah.
So, but if that had not happened, I guess would Fredo have kept? Again, we don't know what Roth's long-term plan was. Did he want to kill Michael Corleone?
Yeah. Are you asking what would Fredo's role have been in the Roth-dominated mafia world?
Well, okay, so there's different levels to it. So let's assume that Cuba goes without a hitch.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey never finds out that Fredo's a traitor, and so Mikey
and Roth kills Mikey.
So that's
one scenario. We talked about that. We're not sure what Roth's plan was.
Right, but does Mikey say, "Oh, I'm going to be at that meeting. I'll be assassinated"? Is that what he tells Fredo? So he clearly thinks Roth is going to kill him in Cuba.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So okay, we'll start with that. If that had happened,
what would have happened?
I was thinking it would be kind of cool to imagine a what if that did happen, and then would they install Fredo as kind of like a puppet head of the Corleone family that was really being controlled by Hyman Roth.
Whoa.
Like a Belarus Putin kind of
Yeah.
situation where he becomes like a junior partner in the Roth organization, even though he thinks he's running the whole show.
Yeah. Wow.
So anyway,
I don't think that would have worked though, because the Capos wouldn't have gone along with the Fredo run family. I mean, they were already itching to get out and do their own thing.
So you think once Fredo took over, then there would have been a coup,
Yeah, I don't think they would have.
like Frankie Five
Supported.
Angels or whomever. Although I assume Frankie Five Angels would probably be dead also.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think the whole family just would have been marginalized.
Or just they
Like
would have been,
all those soldiers and everyone. They're all businessmen. They all would have just joined other families and the Corleones.
or join
territory.
Hyman Roth's group.
Yeah, annex them. Yeah,
Yeah,
they would have been.
he always made
annexed.
money for his partner, so
Why wouldn't they want to work for him?
Yeah.
I even want to work for Hyman Roth.
you always
There's
serve cake.
nothing more important. Johnny, there's nothing more important than getting Fredo to admit that he betrayed his brother on tape during the phone call.
So you picture while this is going on, Hyman Roth is listening right next to Johnny Ola, trying to get him to say, like, get him to keep talking, get him to keep
No,
saying.
I think he is listening, but he did the old, like, carefully lift up the receiver in the other room.
Also,
just-
Johnny doesn't know he's
so
listening.
Johnny doesn't know. Because meanwhile, Hyman Roth's trying to find out who the traitor is in his family.
It's a very paranoid existence, being it's the life they've chosen.
Yeah, he didn't ask.
Well, so
Maybe he thought it was Mo Green, and that's why he didn't ask who gave the order. Mo?
he was always a little headstrong. So speaking of which, we don't know where Fredo is in this scene. We don't know if he's at his house or if he's at the compound.
We don't even
or-
know where he lives.
Well, we
We don't know where he lives. We don't know how he makes his money.
So my question was, does Mikey... I would assume in the hunt for the traitor, Mikey would say to someone, why don't we tap all the phones on all of our... Because in GF1, didn't Vito Corleone say, I want you to get the telephone man, monitor all the calls going on now. So
Already took care of that, Paul.
So I would assume that Mikey would do a similar thing, get through Tom Hagen, because Tom Hagen's the only one he can trust. He would say to Tom, or Tom at least would know, have all the phones tapped or whatever,
Yeah, that's right. Mikey, why am I out? We need you to tap all the phones. That's for your new specialty, Tom. You and your mistress.
Puts a hard hat on him. Get out that pole.
He's up on the pole. Send up a size 9 cable, Fredo. Rocco. That's why Mikey puts Hagen in charge of the family while he's gone.
Why?
Because Hagen's the only one who can manage the communications, tap into the phones. You're in charge of my children.
He's got the
Safety
phone
of my
tapping. That's where all the money is.
Oh, yeah. That's right. There's this thing called the internet. Now, maybe not now, but 10 years from now, it's going to be big money. Big money.
You don't do it, you're going to go run for governor.
Hagen could have gone a lot further if he had come up with that signature, like a good zinger.
Oh, for his law commercial, his law firm commercial.
Yeah, like run for cover, or even just in anything he said. When you sign on, you'll be my only client.
Do you think, how much money do you think you'd have to pay Robert Duvall to at this point do a commercial for Tom Hagen? Like try to make it an in-universe ad for the Tom Hagen thing. They tried to get him back for GF3 and they didn't pay him enough. So he's it's always about the dollars.
Yeah, I guess so. I have no idea. And video and audio?
Or whatever, film, whatever. Basically, you're hiring him for a day to act in a commercial.
Oh
do whatever
my
it is you
gosh.
need him to do
For a day?
within a reason.
What does Tom Hagen need for a day? I have no idea.
Wait, we'll just do a commercial.
Yeah, I don't know. It's $40,000, $1 million. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
I have no
that's true.
idea.
You're saying how much does he get paid for it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much
I don't know.
these guys make.
I just love the idea of you having to explain to Robert Duvall, like, this is what we want you to do.
Well, either way, we should make a video of us pitching it.
Yeah.
And put it out there to see if someone can get it to him.
Yeah, that would be a
Right?
great. That would. Yeah. Let's totally do it.
Right
He's
after
like
we
90 something.
right after we re-edit the entire GF1 to get it down to 15 minutes.
Well, if we're gonna hire him for a day of acting, this is what I'm gonna say. Instead of let's scrap the commercial,
all right,
and let's film his parts of GF3.
Oh, yeah.
And then we edit those into GF3.
So is he just taking over? Is he replacing the
George
Hamilton's character, or is he in addition to?
No, I would say in addition to.
That would be great. George Hamilton says, "Yeah, we got these contracts signed," and you're, "No, but you still need to sign that one."
It's like green screen, like edited into the movie.
He's looking over George Hamilton's shoulder. Don't forget to get him to sign there.
And you know what I would totally do? I would totally make it where for one scene you could see that he had a cue card on his jacket to really make it, oh, that really is Robert Duvall.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Gosh, you might even already be able to, with his GF1 and 2 dialogue, you may be able to...
Oh, like deep fake it?
Yeah, well, yeah, you could put that in there,
Yeah.
but you'd still need an image. You'd still need...
Well, so I'm saying
Robert
we could just
Duvall
film one of
image.
us doing stuff and then just put Robert Duvall's head over
and
our,
use GF1, GF2, Tom Hagen dialogue.
Yeah, or even
that'd be
better,
great.
find whatever Robert Duvall was doing at the time of GF3. Like if he was in a cowboy movie, then you just digitally take that head so it will be age appropriate onto Tom Hagen.
Oh, excellent.
I like it. He had a cowboy hat on the whole time because we couldn't figure out a way. We couldn't figure out a way to not have the hat on the.
He's got all the. He's got
like
all the.
And that. Oh, wait a minute. We got the paywalls coming down.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, Alex.
Well, you see, from now on, if people want to hear the rest of the episode, they have to go to godfatherminute.com/support, and there they can get the whole entire rest of the episode, twice as much content as we're already giving away.
I don't know. You already got me. You already got me in enough trouble.